Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 5 of the Hersey Hoops podcast. Today, I'm with special guest Johnny Rigg, as well as Coach Scott, as always, and my co-host Jake Cohen. We're back. It's been a little bit.
Back from break,
and we're back.
It's been a while, actually. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. So I'm gonna just let you slide Thornton snack of the week.
All right. Before we get started with slide Thornton snack of the week, I want to thank you guys for, first week back, you had a lot going on. Johnny and I were walking here. He's talking about, rearranging his schedule. I'm 100% certain that Krebs has something that needs to be rearranged in his schedule.
You'd be shocked I don't.
really? Mine's the schedule
Really?
that's getting.
Well, I
like,
mean, my
all
stuff
worked.
already got changed. Like, I'm cool with it, though.
Okay. Because I know you're a very particular,
I am.
you learn and succeed in a very particular way.
I agree.
You like your climate controlled.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I think like the school probably has 7 counselors. There's 6 for the general population. Then there's Counter Krebs' counselor.
Yeah.
That's a full-time job.
Me and Mr. Garza don't talk as much as we used to, I'd say. But
Okay.
we did have a lot of conversations last year. I could tell you that. There was a lot of switching last year and first semester this year.
Okay.
Had to shuffle it around a little
Okay.
bit.
Well, Johnny was telling me about, his study hall PE situation. He's trying to get them stacked in the middle of the day to use them most productively. What class are you looking forward to? He's got speech with Miss Becker. I think one of the best classes
me and
on
Mr. Rigg have that
campus.
together.
Yeah. What an awesome class. You guys are going to enjoy yourselves.
Oh,
in
you know
that.
who else is in that class? Nathan Dash.
The Dash, man.
Dash sits right next to me.
Dr. Dash.
We're like in a little triangle.
Yeah.
Back of the class.
I actually have
gonna
both
be a
of
good
my
year.
English classes today. So first period, I'm going to go.
Interesting to have 2
Yeah,
in a
how do you have
semester
2?
and then have 2 in one day is even a
Yeah,
lot.
so
really
first I
doubling
have-
up on English in the Brown.
I
I
have
like that.
Cat. Yeah, I think Cat's first. Then I'm going to go to music production, which I am stoked about. I think that is going to be the funniest class I've
That's
ever
like
taken.
making beats.
Yeah, and I'm
like
so
producing.
excited. The kids in that class,
Kanye West.
I'm stoked. I'm stoked. And then after that, I have speech with Miss Becker. Wait,
Okay.
I don't know which comes which. I should probably check my schedule.
Okay.
But I'm excited. It's going to be great.
I took an electronic musical production class my senior year. Now thinking back on that, how bad I was at it. It was a room like, the multimedia room where everybody had these giant desktop computers. I don't know if you guys use your iPads on that.
No,
But,
I think it's in here.
I think it's in here too,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
We saw one of the classes doing it, and Krebs was like, "Yeah, I think that's gonna be me."
I am not a musically inclined man. And that class was a struggle for me. Like, you'll be in class with kids that are like awesome at it, and they're like hitting the snare, and they got the piano going, and then yours is like something an elementary school kid would produce. But I thought the teacher at the time, in my class, did a great job of kind of meeting you where you're at, which I'm sure the case is for the teacher you have as well. Who teaches that?
And that's a really good question. I'm going to look because I don't know.
Connor, we can totally see your iPad.
Yeah,
so
that's fine.
Just
Yeah, no,
this
it's
is-
cool.
it's like a screen share in a way.
I was right. I do have Miss Connell this morning.
Miss Connell.
Me and Miss Connell, good friends.
Yeah.
Love Miss Connell.
I've never had a
It's
class
it's
there, I don't know.
Mr. Boyer.
Mr. Boyer. Okay. Yeah, the orchestra director.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
do
could
that.
see you and Mrs. Connell being close friends.
Me
You
and
guys
Miss
have a
Con-
lot to chat about.
And she does like in class. Like I don't have to do any talking because Miss Connell's got me. Like she's just gonna get it done for us, and
That's
it's great.
That's great. Okay, so Slide Thornton's snack of the week. It's been a while, and I hadn't done this in a while. My process has been a temporary pause in it, and I have a little longer commute now. I moved actually yesterday.
Okay.
Where'd
So-
you move to?
Yeah. Wait.
Moved to Lake Zurich, Illinois. So now,
Ah.
instead of the 6-minute commute that I had to Mount Prospect, now it's kind of a 20-minute commute. So I'm thinking about this the whole way, okay? And there was something I was looking for that wasn't there, so I want to explain that first, and then I want to explain what I get into. And what I was looking for, and I thought Thornton's would have it, is a Twinkie. Now,
Definitely have Twinkies.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely have Twinkies.
100%.
Like there's 100% Twinkies there. I've
Like,
seen them.
It's
Okay.
like the section where they cook the hot foods. It's
I didn't look on that section.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Johnny's right.
Darn
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Anyways,
well, the hostess
like,
up
are you a Twinkie fan?
I'm a Twinkie fan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
It's
I mean, you
not-
can't hate on a
you
Twinkie.
can't.
This
really.
is why I wanted to choose the Twinkie. Okay, they're sold on every continent. Okay, and they are the exact same wherever you have them. You know, there's a certain consistency and reliability about a Twinkie that's second to none. Like you could have a Twinkie in Beijing, China, and you can have a Twinkie in Fresno, California, and they are going to taste the exact same. You know exactly what you're getting out of it, right? And it's going to respond perfectly based on what you need. Okay. And that to me typifies John Rigg. Okay. However, you know, in looking around, and I spent a good 15 minutes in Thornton's today. Like the employees were looking around like, can I help you with something? I'm like, no, I'm really browsing. Like, who browses
15 minutes.
Who browses for 15 minutes at 6:45 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
This 35-year-old guy who's got this segment on this podcast, right? But like, so I'm looking around and I'm thinking like, man, what do I say about John Rigg? Like, what do I think about when I think about him? And there's something that is kind of like one of the main mantras that I always use in talking about basketball and talking about anything, right? Is that effort counts twice, okay? And why does effort count twice? Because it builds your skill and it makes your skill productive, right? And if you're going to utilize anything to its max, it has to be effort because that counts twice, right? And John Rigg is somebody who always maximizes effort, right? And it's like offensive rebounds, loose balls, diving on the floor, like jumping in the stands, like doing whatever he can to maximize effort, right? And sometimes when you utilize effort to that capacity, you get rewarded, okay, with a second bar, right?
Okay.
Oh, I think I know.
And it also has a little bit of a symbolic
I
representation.
mean, I know what it is. I don't know.
Don't guess yet, okay? It also has a little bit of a symbolic representation of our team because there's not one Rigg.
Got it.
There's
Got it.
two Riggs.
That's all I needed.
And there is so much good stuff in a Twix,
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
There's the
Not
cookie.
where I thought we
I
were.
was going like Nutty Buddy.
I was going Kit Kat.
There's the cookie.
Oh,
there's
wait, I
the
had Kit
caramel.
Kat,
There's
too.
the chocolate. It's all good stuff, right? But one is never enough,
Okay.
right? You get double, right?
Left and right.
And then like, is this second bar going to be a letdown? It's never a letdown, okay? Because when it counts twice, it ends up being 2 cookie bars, and the second is almost twice as satisfying.
I
Okay.
truly did think we were going Twinkie there. Or Kit Kat, sorry.
I heard.
Kit Kat.
I had Kit Kat all the way.
Oh, wow.
So
that
my
was-
Slide
Yeah, go for
Thornton's
it.
snack of the week, presented by Thornton's. I'm sorry about, I apologize to your parents for providing you guys
Honestly, it's fine.
It's okay. This
Twix.
is my breakfast.
at 7:15 in the morning. But,
Listen to bananas.
when effort counts twice, enjoy both. Enjoy the fruits of both, right?
That was really good. I haven't had
Now, like what really bothers me, like when you buy like Halloween candy and it's like the fun size stuff, and then the Twix fun size stuff, there's never 2, there's only 1. And it completely changes the dynamic of the candy, right?
You're kind of let down a little bit.
100% let down, okay? Because when you only get 1,
It's not the same.
you're let
Yeah.
down. You need both.
You need them.
Like that is the essence of the Twix. That is a very unusual
Holy
way to eat it.
sociopath.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What is that?
There's no wrong way to eat
Instant
it.
replay on that one.
I was just testing the caramel first.
Wow.
I usually freeze my Twix before
Oh,
I eat it.
that's I like
Okay.
that. That's respect.
Yeah. What you just participated in, I'm not sure I'm going to endorse, but I like freezing it.
Yeah.
But I admire your originality in terms of your process.
And ability to come on this podcast and do that in 4K.
I just was like
to
watching
do
you
that
like
in
that.
4K live. I mean, more power to you, man. That's incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's
but
crazy.
when effort counts twice, you need that second bar. And to me, effort is the central tenet of Johnny Rigg as a basketball player, as a person, as an athlete, as a football player. And that you got to get the second Twix.
agree.
When you put
I
enough
agree.
work in, you get double the output.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I like the Twinkie reasoning too. I think it was a nice little combo you had actually.
Yeah, you
Thinking
know
of
what?
2 on the spot is impressive because I wouldn't have been able to do it.
And you know what I just did there? Subtly I gave you 2 for 1.
Twice.
Yeah. I would feel very poorly about giving you guys Twix and a Twinkie at 7:15 in the morning. So we'll settle for 1. But
we talked about
2 reasonings.
yes.
I don't need to eat both, but
Yes.
well, I'm sure you're gonna have to.
All right. Here we go. We're gonna go into hoops questions. There's a lot of basketball to be talked about. You know, we've missed quite a lot since we were back in the studio.
I believe 9 games.
9 games have happened.
Yeah.
I think we only have 7 questions, so
That's okay.
maybe we
I have
skip
8.
over. 8? Okay. I think that's a record. We're going to take it all the way back to Wheeling, where it was close for 3 quarters, and then Hersey pulled away in the 4th quarter. Not exactly sure the date of this game. You guys definitely remember
was like-
though.
Yeah.
I almost wrote it down. It was like December 13th.
57-40 or 55-47 was
Yeah.
the final
Yeah.
score.
What happened, and how was Hersey able to pull away?
Jonathan?
I think the first 2 quarters we came out kind of like we already knew we could beat Wheeling, and so we kind of didn't play to where I think our level of Hersey basketball is. So we kind of played to their level, and we were kind of focused on being just good enough to beat Wheeling and not where I know we can be. And so then when they were sticking right there with us and it was going back and forth, we kind of realized that is Wheeling. We should not be this close with Wheeling. And the 4th quarter kind of pulled away because we started, focusing on what we can do as a team and play, our basketball instead of playing at Wheeling's level.
I think Wheeling's a really good team, and that is my least favorite trip in the Mid-Suburban League East.
Really?
I think it's a hard place to play. They are jazzed up when you go over there. It's always seemingly like Christmas sweater night.
Yeah, that's so
For
true.
the
We
past
played
5 years, we played at Wheeling. Coach
always
Antos this year, and then even Coach O'Keefe before him. I feel like they're all it's always right before holiday break. But I think it's a really tough place to play. I think Wheeling does a really nice job in a lot of facets of the game, and they always play well. They shot well against us in that game. One of their better shooting performances of the year, I think, and we were able to withstand, that great effort from them. I thought it was a nice win.
And then, speaking about nice wins, then you followed it up with Lake Zurich, which was alumni night. Hersey had an amazing game. Correct me if I'm wrong, 66-44,
Yeah,
right? Because,
yes.
it was 3 double numbers. You won by the 22. They had 44. Whatever. That's how I thought about it.
Nice little math.
Yeah,
thing
it was
for
just
you.
like a nice little fun little
Numbers.
adventure I went on.
Numbers, man.
Yeah.
Numbers.
So, you guys had an
Krebs.
amazing performance, beating a solid Lake Zurich team. What went into that game to secure a big win with a ton of former players in the audience?
I think we just ran out and fast break because the few games before that we kind of were slow and a little too methodical at some point when we can we're a very athletic team, so we can run up and down the court, and so I think when we started using that to our advantage, especially since we lost to Lake Zurich last year, it was a pretty tough game away. They kind of handed it to us, so I think we just thought back on that, focused on ourselves, and we definitely ran the floor. That's how, scored 66 points. So definitely a faster paced game, and I think that, helped us win.
Yeah, agree with a lot of what John said. Lake Zurich's a really good team.
And your alma mater. I have a picture of you in the picture on the wall outside the one thing from when we went out there.
The All-State one or the graduation
the
class?
graduation class.
Oh, in the front row.
Yeah, in the front row.
That's
With the
funny.
Yeah, I have a
overall
picture of
jeans or
that.
something?
Yeah, I could get that on. Yeah, we could get that.
It is funny.
Yeah, I could get
Insert the
The
Yeah,
panoramic
yeah.
picture.
Yeah.
We all used to wear overalls
Yeah.
on Friday for the football games. So whole friend group that used to be in the cheering section like you guys, at times is in overalls, and some football players wearing overalls too. That was kind of our thing back in the day. It is a sentimental game for me in a lot of ways. My best friend from high school, my teammate, was the best man in my wedding. I was the best man in his. He's the assistant coach at Lake Zurich. So it's always interesting to compete against him. I'm close friends with the head coach, Terry Coughlin. I know some of the kids on the team, little brothers of classmates and friends and stuff like that. And Lake Zurich's my second favorite team in the state. I always root for Lake Zurich whenever they're not playing Hersey. But it was also an important thing. Like, we share a hotel with Lake Zurich at Pekin. So it's nice to have that, that win resonate a little bit because you interact with them a lot in the hotel and stuff like that. It's nice to have. Okay, I'm not saying it's essential.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's
Feels
nice to
good.
have. Yeah,
Feels
sure,
good.
certainly.
Yeah. Speaking of Pekin,
Then we went over to Pekin down south, and you guys were kind of the underdogs the whole tournament, and then you upset Richwood 64-58 with a great comeback win. What changed at the end of the game to help you guys secure the win?
To be honest, we were with them the whole game, so it felt it was a very competitive game. And then at one point we were down, and I didn't even really focus on that we were down so much. We were down 11 points.
You're down 11 points with 3.5 minutes.
3.5 minutes left, and then all of a sudden we put a little pressure on with the press, and then I looked back at the scoreboard. I made a and one layup, and I look at the scoreboard and it's like we're down one. I'm like,
Yeah.
happened. I think Jackson Hupp had a nice three, and we had two quick threes that really helped put us back.
Michael
in the game.
Jasper had a big three.
Jasper had a big three.
It's funny that you say that scoreboard thing because
Casual Jasper.
usually I get my information for the most part from Mike and Charlie. I do end up talking to them probably the most out of basketball players, and they both said the exact same thing about this game. It was like we were down 10, and then all of a sudden it was just like we were up
Blink
by
of an
like,
eye, yeah,
and it was just like
it was
weird.
It was a weird
Yeah,
game,
that's
for sure.
yeah, definitely. I get
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, the unique thing about that game is the Pekin tournament had a shot clock, so it was a 35-second
Yeah,
shot
that's
clock.
right. Big fan. Big fan of the shot clock.
I'm surprised they haven't done
Huge
it yet.
fan.
I'm surprised they just
they
because
will.
watching Palatine yesterday. Sorry to jump ahead so much, but I was like, dude, I wish we had a shot clock.
Yeah.
I feel like
It
that's
changed
what
the
I was
game.
thinking that. I was
Yeah.
thinking
It
the same
changed the
thing.
game, especially in the fourth quarter. Like teams have to play. You have to play the possession. Even in those overtime situations, okay, we got the tip. Are we gonna hold the ball for the whole time? I'm just
Yeah, just-
gotta play.
There's too many
ruins the game
possessions
for
there.
you,
5 minutes, or it was 4, right?
Yeah.
4 minutes. That's just too much time. I just
It's
can't.
like a 2-minute possession.
Yeah, that's just.
Yeah.
Especially,
I think the
double
shot
over,
clock will be
double.
good. It will be good for the product.
Are they trying to do that? Because wasn't
Yeah,
there
I
a
think-
vote?
I think next year.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
all the coaches want it. It's the implementation of the hardware, obviously, to get.
Yeah.
People are like, yeah, we'll just bring the football play clocks in. People have no idea how big those football
Yeah.
play clocks are. And then, getting somebody to run it. You have to get somebody to run it who knows basketball, knows the rules, and obviously costs money to pay them. So I think once the state figures that out, it'll be good for the game. And I think they'll use it at all levels, and kids will get used to it. I think it'll improve the defense and improve the offense.
Yeah.
I think it's a no-brainer.
And then moving on in Pekin, you guys followed that game up playing the host Pekin and handled them pretty easily, 60-34. What went right to secure such a large tournament win?
I think our defense, because Pekin, the game before, they had a pretty good shooting performance. So they were making a lot of shots. And one kid had 30.
Oh, wow.
So he definitely helped them winning. But then the next game, we had a great, team defensive effort. Got a lot of players in that can keep everyone, not expending all their energy. So that helps when you have such a deep bench, which we have a really deep bench, which is pretty nice. And so that definitely helped. And then so our defense just obviously helps with the offense, but holding the team to 30 points,
Yeah, it's
that always helps.
not easier to win when somebody else scores 34.
It's tough to beat the Dragons in the fire pit, man.
Yeah,
I heard it was pretty
you
rowdy.
You don't get a single call. You
Yeah.
don't get
Yeah.
anything.
Oh, wow.
You ever been to
Yeah.
Pekin?
I have no idea where that is. I saw the one picture of the Illinois thing, how they have where all the
Yeah,
teams
it's
are
pretty-
with the
that's
lights,
pretty-
which was
and
sick, by the way. I loved that.
Who was very I think it was Jasper. He was looking at the map and he's like, this map is very geographically inaccurate.
Really?
I think it was Jasper, but somebody
It
made a
definitely
comment
was
like
Jasper or
because
something.
Sounds like
Mount
Jasper.
Carmel, which is obviously on the south side of the city, was like a further distance from Hersey than Hersey was to Peoria. You know,
Okay.
it's like just geographically, he's like, this map is not drawn to scale.
Is Pekin in Peoria? I'm sorry
It's
for
right
asking.
outside Peoria.
Okay.
Oh wait,
yeah,
what?
yeah.
It's over there. I thought it was I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
I thought it was in Wisconsin before we went there.
We had a nice little topography about the map, but Pekin's an interesting place. They love that tournament. They love basketball there, and you know it's good to obviously win the first game and stay in the top gym is awesome. It's a fantastic place.
The Jumbotron, love that. Big fan of the Jumbotron. Crazy
The
that
overhead scoreboard.
yeah. I mean, I guess it's
Yeah.
not a jump. It's not a Jumbotron.
It's not
but
Cowboy
as clo-
Stadium,
it's,
man,
It's,
but yeah.
close, it's as close as you're gonna get in Illinois high school basketball. 'Cause
Well, what about like the Forest View one? Like that's a
Forest
real
Oh, true.
jumbotron.
Yeah, it's true.
Barrington has one.
Barrington's the one I always think of first. But like,
Geneva had one.
Have you seen those ones in like Indiana? They got some crazy high school stadiums in Indiana. I saw a TikTok about it.
I
and
just
it was-
saw one on
yeah,
ESPN.
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. I think we probably.
I would
talked-
compare, Pekin's pride for basketball and like love of basketball within the community to an Indiana
Yeah,
town.
I believe that for sure.
And we'll get to Indiana momentarily.
Nice. Yay. All right. Wait, here we are. Then the following game was against a very good Mount Carmel team who secured a big win. What did Mount Carmel do that Hersey, was unable to?
Mount Carmel's the real deal. I think they're
Yeah.
18-1 now.
Yeah.
A lot of
They
talent.
won the tournament.
They won
Yeah,
the
okay.
tournament. They beat Moline with the two guys going to Iowa. Like Mount Carmel is really good. That was our second game in that day. I'm not making any excuses. It was their second game too. But like, they played really well, and I think our legs caught up to us a little bit. But it's always good to measure yourself against talent and competition like that.
And then following third place game, Hersey took care of business again against Moline in a
Morton.
Morton, my bad, in a 51-40 win.
You know Morton's mascot by chance?
No, wait, they were the red.
The
Did I-
Morton Potters.
What, like
Like their
Pottery?
mascot, is actually like a running pot,
What?
like a flower pot.
I did pottery one time. It was pretty fun.
Cohen will bring up an image
yeah.
What?
Yeah,
My
insert
of
pottery?
the Morton Potter.
Morton
Just
Potter.
Google
Oh, a Morton Potter.
Google Morton
Okay.
Potters PNG, and you'll get
Yeah,
a
it'll-
sprinting pot with a face.
It's been up there. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Never. Okay.
It's weird.
Which is worse at that point? Them or the no? What is it?
The Freeport pretzels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretzels. Love that one.
Cobden apple knockers.
Is that here?
That's in Illinois.
Yeah, wow.
The Tutopolis wooden shoes.
Oh, what was the football team?
The
that we
Centralia
couldn't pay?
Orphans.
Played. There was a good.
How do you
football
just
school.
have these like?
Yeah, you
off
got
the
that
dome?
on Zach.
Pretzels.
Was it?
Yes.
No, there was another really fun. Is normal weird? No. There was one that a team Hersey could have played in the playoffs. I was like, what is that mascot?
Zion Benton ZBs.
No, I know the ZBs. I grew up. Yeah, I know the ZBs. All right. Anyways. You guys won 51-40. What did the team do to place in such a competitive tournament correctly? Yeah.
I thought, we played with great effort. I thought we had great efforts across the board. And Max was elevated to all tournament team. And it's funny. I got a few texts from coaches in the tournament, whether Lake Zurich or Mount Carmel, and they're like, "Yeah, I know you guys deserve an all tournament guy, but like, you also have 4 guys that could reasonably get it." He's like, one coach texted me. He's like, 24 is good, 12's on the floor a ton and played great. 1 obviously had a great game. Like, you guys had a lot of guys, and 33 is good. I'm talking about Jackson. Like, you guys have a lot of guys. I think that's one of the strengths of our team is we beat teams with balance.
Yeah, that's.
And I
This
know
is-
you're a big stats guy. We got 2 guys averaging 10 points, 2 guys averaging 9 points, and then 2 guys averaging 5 points.
Okay.
So like that,
Yeah.
it's pretty balanced across the board.
Well, even last night, I mean, like, love the starting 5 all getting into it. Like, everyone's scoring in the starting 5, and like, I can respect like that. Something I love when I watch, but like, something I don't experience with Indiana is somebody else could lead the team in scoring one night. I like that. It's nice to be able to have options. As an Indiana basketball fan, I don't know what options are. I know 2 players. That's it. But it's a nice thing to have, for sure. I mean, especially when a college team can't even do it,
There's room on the Wisconsin bandwagon.
Yeah, whatever. No, thank you. I don't think I could hop on any college or Big Ten teams right now.
I was actually talking to Mr. Baker about Indiana. I didn't know he was such a passionate
Oh,
Indiana
really?
fan.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him too. Okay. You want to take the next?
Misery,
Yeah.
misery loves company.
Yeah.
And then, as of last weekend, Hersey fell to Prospect by 1. And what went wrong at the end of the game, I guess? I mean, like,
It was close the whole time.
yeah, it was very close.
Let's talk about what went right.
Yeah,
at the
what
end.
went-
Yeah,
what went
okay,
right?
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean-
Johnny Rigg hit the big 3.
Yeah, in the middle of the game.
Yeah, but it was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, don't say middle of the game.
But at the
It was-
end,
it was
at the end of the
end,
game,
yeah.
to go up 1, that
Yeah,
was
you went up
huge.
1.
Yeah.
It's great execution.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great team execution of
Great
a play
play.
we practiced, so that's always good to see. I think we were very our defense could have been better in the first half because I think they shot like 80% in the first half. I mean, we shot like 70%, but still, like they shot the lights out in the first half. So I think that really helped keep them close in a game that obviously is a playoff kind of felt like a playoff game with Prospect, especially at Prospect. Always a difficult gym to play in.
That back is
Yeah,
weird.
the backdrop's not my favorite.
I like the new paint job over there, though.
Talked about that too. It
You
was
know.
nice. Sure. Yeah, I'll give
Yeah.
it to him. Yeah.
Prospect's always a
Yeah,
it's
we
always
knew it
tough.
was going to be a 1 or 2 possession game going in. We had that frame of mind, and we did some really good things. And then, unfortunately, we're kind of left it in the hands of the ref, and that didn't end up in our favor. But like again, I think we're going to be better. We're going to be better coming out of this Palatine and Geneva. I know it's 3 losses. Like, oh, you lost 3 in a row. I'm not really results oriented as much as we are process oriented moving forward
Geneva was the one I missed.
into the last phase of the year here.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, no. That Prospect game was also just like the weirdest vibe I felt at a game this year. Not even like from a team standpoint, it just like felt weird in there, and I don't know how to explain that. I also thought they were gonna
Super
be.
in-depth analysis.
I also thought they were gonna be so much bigger. Like that kid guarding Hupp was not as tall as Hupp, so I was just not ready for that. I'd say I thought they would just be tall. I think they're always tall.
They
just
play
gotta-
hard, man.
Yeah, they do. Those games are always fun. I mean, like no matter the outcome, it's always a fun game. And then finally, as of last night, Hersey fell to Palatine in 2 overtimes in a close match where Hersey fought to the very end. What was the deciding factor there?
I give Palatine a lot of credit.
good.
They were 18 of 20 from the free throw line.
I
Every
a good
single
stat.
time
it
we
was
needed them.
crazy.
Every single time we needed them to miss, a free throw to keep us in it, or to be down 2 instead of 3, they would make both, and like those things weren't even hitting the rim.
Yeah, no, they were drained every time.
So I give Tyler Swerzak and Carter May and Millstone, those guys, like a ton of credit. They're a really good team. My favorite thing about Palatine, I want to mention this, okay? And I told Coach Millstone this earlier in the year. As a coach, when you shake guys' hands in the starting lineup or when you shake guys' hands at the end of the game, a lot of high school kids kind of go through the motions, right? Like, oh, good luck. Like, give me your hand. You're like, so good luck, coach. Every kid on Palatine, and I respect this a lot. Good luck, Coach Scott.
Oh wow.
Every single kid.
Nice.
Like, there's a lot of coaches' sons, administrators' sons on that team, and man, they act like it. I have a ton of respect for Palatine.
Something I like. Me and my friends were talking about in the stands. I was like, Millstone literally is the definition of playing as a coach's son. Like that kid just does everything a coach's son would do, and like it's literally so unbelievably spot on
It was
how I would
funny.
assume someone would act. Like
in the
it's-
third quarter, Sam made 2 threes, and then he shot a deep one.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a heat check
Yeah.
shot, and his dad.
very uncharacteristic of
Yeah.
Sam Millstone.
And his dad is like, "You're not a heat check guy, Sam." I'm like, "Eric, yeah, he is. Like everybody is. You make 2 in a row, you can shoot the third.
yeah.
Like, come on, man." But like you said,
Yeah,
like he's the
it's-
definition of a coach's son, man. Really hardworking.
It's not a
keeps
lot
them
of mistakes. That's
organized,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. And like honestly, like they're a very complete 5. Like I think they literally have each position is like each guy's very defined in their role, and I like and honestly, same with her. I like that in teams. I feel like it just makes it a lot easier for you in the long run to
They're
like
very balanced.
yeah.
They do a good job.
Yeah. Now we got some questions for Johnny.
Yeah.
Do we have a thing? I
I don't know if there is one.
Well,
for
if there's one, it's gonna be
Slideshow screen.
right here. Yeah. All right, Johnny. So yeah, first, since you also played varsity football at Hersey, how was the transition for you coming to basketball, and what helped you find success in both sports?
I think the transition from football to basketball is not the easiest. I think some kids on our team, soccer to basketball. I feel like that's a little easier just because
And it
Soccer's
ends-
a lot more
and it
conditioning.
ends sooner.
Man,
Soccer
really,
ends-
really putting Schiff Blast
and
year.
Chip was hurt too. That's
I'm
kind of
not
messed
saying
up.
the
That's
injury. I'm just saying like where your conditions at, because like football is more like a sprint. You know,
Yeah,
you only
sprint
play
style.
10 seconds at a time. So definitely getting like your legs and like lungs ready for basketball. Is
Legs
like,
and
the
lungs.
biggest
I
part.
like that.
Yeah, the
Nice
2
little
Ls.
workout.
Yeah. It was a workout. Like the first practice back from football, like I was gassed.
Yeah.
Like, I was exhausted. It took me like probably like 2 weeks to get like conditioned, so I wasn't like dying in like every practice. And then just like the mechanics of like playing basketball, like
Yeah.
probably took like a month just to like
Different hand-eye,
get your
different,
jump shot.
yeah, like different
it's
things.
just different.
Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to add about that? Sorry.
No, probably like a month.
Yeah. Johnny, being a varsity guy for 3 years, would you say this gives you an advantage as a player, overall in practices and the games, like 3 years of varsity?
I think it definitely helps me in game kind of like situations, just like game knowledge and understand like like which possessions and like what to do and stuff like that, and like what's the right play to make. So I think it definitely like mentally gives me an advantage over an opponent.
And then finally, this could be an incorrect stat, but I've not been given a stat that would prove me otherwise.
Never
so
asked.
I'm going to ride with it. All right. Jay, I've also had a couple very high-scoring games this season, including a career-high 25. Is that still right? Yeah. Let's go. Which was at the beginning of the year. How have you found success on offense, and what has changed, and what things have you added to your game over this last year?
I think I've added rebounding. Would you agree, Coach?
I would definitely agree.
I think a lot of guys on our team have added rebounding.
I feel like Pekin was my rebounding.
You were peaking in Pekin?
I was peaking and peaking. And so even though the Pekin live stats had it at 9, Huddle Film says otherwise.
And we get stakes for double-digit rebounding games. Johnny had 2 in Pekin. He was
2.
excited
Oh,
about
wow.
that.
I was very excited because
He likes-
I had 3 games previous at 9 rebounds.
That's a good average, though, right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're going
wait,
to love that average.
This is how I knew you guys were in like Peoria, because Alexander's, we ate there when I went on a college visit to Bradley.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
What'd you guys
Very
think of it?
We had a
good.
great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a
It
great
was
time.
fun, no?
Quinn did not have a great time.
Quinn did have a great time.
Wasn't Quinn sick? Yeah, right?
Quinn ate a
Yeah.
20-ounce ribeye
Oh,
steak.
gosh.
It was
Fairly
still
pink.
mooing. It was
Fairly
still on
pink.
the farm.
So whenever you get, an early morning text message from Quinn,
Early
it was
morning.
a great exchange. I wish I had the screenshot. It was like, 5:52 a.m. Hey, coach, I just puked. I'm like, all right, let's just see how it develops. It might be, just something getting out of your system. Then I text him like 2 hours later. He goes, yeah, I'm chilling now.
Ready to go.
Yeah, he was like totally fine the whole rest of the day.
His
Yeah.
one story, flu game. I was like,
I remember that.
I laughed at that one. That was really funny. All right, yeah. Hot seat. Hot seat.
Hot seat. It's not a cool throne. It's a hot seat.
one, yeah.
Hot
Oh, I
seat.
messed it up a little bit, but I was there. Mentally, I was there. You can start us off.
All right, Johnny, what's one meal that you can cook?
I can make a pretty good breakfast burrito.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What goes in the breakfast burrito?
Start with
naturally.
4 scrambled eggs.
You're warming the tortilla, right? You're not
Yeah.
gonna
Oh, well, I would
No,
hope
because
so.
the tortilla will like crumble and rip.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
like 10 seconds. In the
I
microwave,
was
15
just
seconds
making
in the
sure.
microwave.
Like cold
Yeah.
tortilla is such a lack.
Agreed.
Lack.
Yeah, it is.
It is. I agree.
You like
bad.
that slang?
That's
Yeah,
a good
I knew.
slang.
I knew. Yeah, you
It's
like
good
it.
use.
Yup.
Good usage. So I scramble the 4 eggs, and in a pan, and then I transfer it onto the tortilla.
Mhm.
But then sometimes I'll put cheese on before, so then like the heat of the eggs
Yeah.
will melt
Yeah,
the cheese.
Mm.
And then
Using science to your advantage.
and I'm a big fan of the Taco Bell mild sauce on the breakfast burrito.
Oh wow.
Mild sauce?
Yeah,
I
It's
honestly
good.
like
it's really good.
All right,
I'm a
Taco-
fire guy.
Taco Bell really switches for me like once a month, but like they
you
do.
can,
it
you
for
can
good
only have
sauce.
Taco
yeah.
Bell once a month.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's yeah. Honestly, I can't even say I get it once a month. I'd say it's like once a 4 months for me. I think that's.
I think like
accurate.
sophomore year I was averaging like 4 a month, and that
Oh.
was just horrible.
Yeah, like freshman year we would go a
Detrimental.
lot. I mean, it's not far, so it's like that's also something. Okay.
Late
who-
night snack.
Yeah, true.
4th meal.
Yeah. Yes, 4th meal. That's
Fourth
yeah.
meal.
mhm.
Fourth meal.
Who on the team would make the best president? So far this year, we've got Max, I'd say the most. Charlie,
Max, Crafton,
and Charlie.
Charlie Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Charlie
Charlie
Kennedy.
I got one though that hasn't been mentioned, but go ahead. We
No,
talked about
no,
Will.
What's your answer? Give me time to think about it.
We talked about Will a little bit one time.
Oh.
I'm going to throw another one out there. You know, very level-headed, all right, cool, calm, and collected leader. Brett Kirschmeyer. You know,
I think we got to get a ballot and, have everyone on the team vote.
yeah,
Yeah,
perhaps.
vote for president.
Yeah. But what's Johnny's selection?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, every time
I want so badly to not say Max and then go.
What about little Jerry?
Absolutely not. President?
Yeah, too much chaos. Just like
Chaos would ensue.
just chaos,
Anarchy.
anarchy.
Literally,
Like
Chaos.
yeah,
Grove?
Uh,
Ricardo?
Slick Rick? I gotta go Max.
yeah.
Okay.
I was who came up to me over break? So I was just like out. I don't know. I don't remember where I was, what I was doing. Someone came up to me and like started talking to me about the podcast, and they made a joke about like the words Max was using. They're like, "That's the first time I ever watched a high score talk," and I'm just like, I don't know what he's telling me right now. And I was like, yeah. Well, imagine being sitting there and just being like amazed.
It was a vocab flex.
Yeah, it
Like
was
his lingo?
Yeah, large vocabulary.
Vocab flex 21, right?
Okay, you
It's a
got
bop. It's a bus
Can we
bop.
cut
That's a bop.
that?
I learned some new songs in Pekin too. What was the song we were playing on the bus?
I think that is.
$1,200 shoes got me
Oh,
feeling
I
special.
think that's very special. I don't
Yeah.
know
Yeah,
if it's
very
by,
special.
I
but
think that's
Yeah.
very special.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually a
Yeah,
pretty
Quinn
good song.
showed me some new tracks.
Yeah.
Was it all
That's-
21 Savage?
Probably.
Is that 21
That
Savage?
is
that
not
song?
21
That one's not,
Savage.
but like he
But-
probably showed you
Got me
a
feeling
lot
very
of
A lot of them.
special.
A lot of them were 21.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay.
Oh yeah. Talking about music. What's your guilty music pleasure?
Noah Khan.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go with Zach Bryan.
That's kind of like not
mean,
guilty
that's
though.
not-
Nah, yeah.
I'd
Zach
say
Bryan's not
enough
guilty.
guys
Is
like
that
him.
cool?
Yeah,
Is that-
I
is
know.
that
I mean, like,
cool?
I don't know if
Enough
it's
dudes
necessarily
are like Zach
cool, but
Bryan.
like I think like on the boat or something like Zach Bryan's on. I'm like
Oh,
okay.
on the boat.
I'm like Zach Bryan. Like all right.
Oh, I don't know.
Zach
Boat?
Bryan's a
Who's
move.
Boat?
Like that live album, All My Homies Hate Ticketmaster,
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
good
I
live
like that.
album.
Yeah.
Like he's
yeah,
good.
100%.
You can't hate on. Yeah.
And that's
no,
at Red
no.
Rocks, too. Great live
Red
venue.
Rocks.
no.
I want to
That's
go
a
there
great
one day.
album.
You've
That's
never
actually
been there?
that's,
Great
no, I
album.
have not. But that's actually on my
Oh,
like
it's
bucket
awesome.
list, like my loose bucket list. So far.
Awesome. It's really cool.
Big
Yeah.
fan of Zach Bryan, but I like guilty pleasures probably no.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I don't
I
know.
feel like it's
He's
more.
more like low key. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm there with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got some good songs.
for sure.
Good.
Next on hot seat, celebrity crush. Honestly, I feel like we have not asked this each week because I can't remember.
Does
what
Alyssa
a
Fontanetta
sing-
count as a District 214 celebrity?
She should. She got
Yeah.
a lot of followers. She got like 4,000 Instagram followers.
I think knowing Alyssa, she would consider herself to be a celebrity.
She would.
All right,
She
then
would-
you can do it. I'll give it to
I'll
you.
say Alyssa Fontanetta.
All right, fair for you.
14K.
Yeah, she got a lot. She got a lot of Instagram followers.
Yeah.
I like that. Did you add that one?
I think it was on last week.
Let me ask you
Or
this:
la-
What is that like to have your girlfriend's sister teaching the PE department? Somebody
Yeah,
you
she's
see
my
every
new
day?
gym teacher.
Yeah.
I see her this morning.
I knew this was gonna come up. It's not a problem. Like
I'm not
No,
saying
no,
it was
no,
a
no,
problem.
no,
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 No, no.
No, I'm not saying you were implying it's a problem. No, I like it.
Yeah,
I like
Yeah.
it. She's a very nice person. She's fun to talk to, easy to talk to. But the one thing I will say is that when we were at the assembly and she was like sitting in the corner of the gym, I like looked like out of the corner of my eye like that Alyssa
Oh,
looks exactly like
yeah.
Alyssa
No, they
from
all
like
look the exact same. Yeah,
from
no.
like a distance away.
Well,
I was like
my gym class,
I
we all
like
looked
double
and we
look.
were all like, and then we like thought about it, like, oh, yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sister. But like, yeah, I was.
She
yeah,
might
that
be
was-
the quietest gym teacher I've ever had. Like, gym teachers are usually very loud.
When she gets calling
Really?
out in weights though, like
Really?
she can be loud.
Okay.
She can be loud.
I just remember yesterday she was like doing attendance. I was like, wow, gym teachers are usually have like this booming voice. But
especially coming from always being with like
yeah.
Freeman and
Ricker.
DeVito.
Yeah. Miss Fontanette is awesome though. Like does
She's
a great
great.
job in the weights class, in the female weights class too. And then she's always demoing. Like she's demoing all the abs exercises and stuff like that, like all day long.
Yeah.
I've known the Fontanetta family for a really long time. When my mom worked at Fremd as the principal. Her dad was the AD. Don't mess with Augie, man.
Dog.
Dog, dude. He was, little man, but don't mess with wrestlers, dude. Do not mess with wrestlers. Rule for college, all three of you guys. Don't pick a fight with a wrestler.
Yeah.
Sounds
Okay. Number one, they're crazy, and number two,
Why is Connor?
they'll mess you up quick.
John. Oh, Connor's actually picking a fight with my wrestler
I
friend.
did not pick a fight. Dude clocked me.
At our
And
HYBA practice, Connor is,
dude clocked
giving
me,
him elbows.
and I was like, all right, I'm not doing that. So next time I drove it, boom, and I finished.
Okay.
But I did not know he was a wrestler. But I found out he was a wrestler. I was like,
Shout out,
Find
John.
out.
Shout
That's
out,
on
John
you.
Whelan.
Yeah. That's on you. Find out.
Because if he's a wrestler,
Okay.
so
No, he's a
not
wrestler.
pick-
He's like pretty
do
solid
not
too.
pick
no, yeah,
fights
wrestlers
with-
actually terrify me.
Do not pick fights with wrestlers.
I think he beat Parker.
especially like
Parker Still.
Billy Spaz, just like
Oh, no.
Spaz-
Terrifying.
Spaz is just
I love
insane.
that guy.
Two rules for college. Go to class. Don't pick fights with wrestlers.
Only
Everything else
two?
will be fine. Those are the two main ones.
right.
It's those
pretty
two
much.
and then everything else.
Everything else.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, no, they're all crazy.
Oh, okay, yeah. Here's the. Oh,
I like this one.
two from the last one, but yeah, this is a classic. What's your favorite drink like in the world? I guess water, but other than water too.
Any like blue raspberry flavored.
Oh,
Drink.
Ooh, that's
Whoa.
one of my favorite artificial flavors too.
Yeah.
Blue ras.
Like a Bang or
battery
Rain,
acid.
blue raspberry.
yeah, I'm there for that for sure.
It's also a mythical flavor because there's no actual blue raspberries.
yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like it tastes
Whoa.
like battery acid. I cannot get behind blue.
Oh, it
raspberry.
depends
That's a
on
horrible
Connor's,
take.
I mean,
Connor's
maybe
favorite
what it
artificial
is.
flavor is grape.
He does.
Mine's
it
grape
is.
as well.
Great pick.
Usually, yeah, I'd
Grape
say there's
is
only like
top
I'd
three.
say there's only like two things I can think of where I would like blue.
I'm also a big lemon guy.
Yeah.
We talked
With
about
your
this.
LaCroix.
Yeah. Ugh.
Blech.
Weird for that. I just hate the sparkle. I hate it.
I like
it's literally
LaCroix.
just feels like fuzzy.
I
Like,
saw a TikTok
your
of this
arm-
dog drinking sparkling water. It was so
Dude.
funny. He was like running around. It was hilarious. I was like, I could not do this either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how when your arm falls asleep and that's that
Yeah.
tingling sensation? That's exactly how I would describe drinking sparkling anything to anyone.
It's very
Would you
abstract.
be on the side of saying it tastes like static from like a TV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Comparable.
These are very abstract. I feel like I'm listening to Bill Walton call a Pac-10 game right now.
That's a great call right there, honestly.
I could smell the colors. It's like, what are you talking about?
That dude's crazy, actually. Like, actually certified.
The Conference of Champions, the
Like,
Pac-12.
I love when I listen to sports and the announcer's just rambling, and I'm like, this is just great. Like, even with Dick Vitale, like, that dude is to the point now in his career where, like, half of the stuff he says is, like, not right. So it's like you just kind of got to go with it, though, because I love that dude, you know?
Yeah.
You skipped one, and I'm just curious.
Oh.
What would be your
yeah.
dream job? I like this question a lot. I think that's an interesting one for sure.
I think we put it in for Max.
I think we did put it in for Max now that you.
What
now
did
that-
Max say about it?
He did something
Some
analytics,
crazy.
detailed
Yeah.
statistical,
Oh, he said
analytics,
Basketball
that,
statistic guy.
and yeah.
biomedical, statistical.
Yeah, I don't even. Big
engineering,
words,
yeah.
statistics in there, blah blah blah.
Day trader.
Johnny loves high-stakes situations. Loves high-stakes situations, so a day trader would be.
Gambling.
Big fan of gambling.
We don't support big gambling.
Yeah, do not.
No.
Don't get into it.
1-800
Don't start.
gambling.
Yeah.
1-800
Don't
gambling.
start.
Coach
especially
Scott.
if you're a fan of Indiana.
Coach Scott always says how worried he is about some kids on our team
I
when
tell
they
you
get
guys.
Oh, Quinn, I'm
passive
worried
income.
about.
Or,
Yeah.
Listen,
I'm worried about
the
Quinn.
gambling thing, like I understand it's fun. It makes games entertaining. You're always going to end up. The house always wins.
Yeah,
In the
oh, yeah.
long run.
And
I
the
mean-
thing is, like, I know that. It's just like I'm like very well aware that.
Have you
that's
guys
true.
seen that Sebastian Maniscalco skit where he talks about like the guys who only talk about their gambling in fantasy football?
No, I'm not.
no, but
I
I do
probably,
like Sebastian Maniscalco. He's funny.
He's great.
Didn't he go to Meadows?
He did go to
Yeah.
Meadows.
Oh,
Funny guy.
oh,
It's on
wait.
I'll
Netflix.
send it to you. He's on
Yeah. Okay.
Netflix.
Yeah. Please do, because that
Insert clip.
that name also
Insert
sounds
clip
very.
into the podcast.
Insert.
We've been doing a lot of insert.
of
What did we
inserts.
insert last week with Max? He asked or not? No, he didn't ask. He said so. I don't remember. Last question.
Oh yeah. So this one's kind of new this year.
And I've
What-
been loving it.
What would a Johnny Rig warning label read?
I'm a big fan. I say it every week.
Ask if you need clarity on what that even
Yeah, yeah.
means.
I'll take some clarity.
I would say like Quinn's,
Language of origin, please.
Like I'm trying to give him an
Use it in
example.
a sentence.
What was like? I'm trying to think of past ones. It's just like, what would you warn somebody else about?
You know,
when-
Crafton's
before
like
first-
Crafton's was like will change your mood.
Yeah, excessively jolly.
Yeah.
yeah.
Excessively child.
Max's was like spontaneous, like
Debates.
will,
Yes,
will
yes.
perhaps combust.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
times.
yeah. And then I know for a
Quinn's
fact
was high voltage.
High voltage, yep. And that's the good one. So yeah.
Okay. Well,
It's a tough question.
It's no, take your time. We can find something to talk about, I'm sure, while you think.
Maybe we could do our shout outs while John thinks.
Go for it.
Okay.
Well, we have to do but we always have our brown jersey.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Brown
Gotta just
jerseys.
shout out brown jersey. I
There's
think.
probably been a lot that we've
not a lot of,
missed.
yeah, true. There's been a lot now.
I think Max won one, and then
Yeah. Mike won another.
Mike.
Mike won another.
Won
Or is
another.
like back, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I had a shout out before this. I need to start writing the
Shout out
down.
HYBA Celtics 2-0. We were ranked 10th in the league. You know,
Really?
bottom last.
I was gonna ask
I'm
about
Now
hearing
we're
a lot
2-0.
about. I'm seeing a
HYBA
lot of.
teams.
I'm seeing a lot of social media content about the Suns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that
they just beat
Stearns?
Connor. They did just beat Connor.
I
Stearns'
will
team?
admit to
Yep,
the
Stearns.
public that Jeremy Allen clamped me. Like, dude, put the clamps on
Bro
me.
plays baseball though.
Dude, no, he's just like so much stronger. And like I was driving and
Dude,
just
you
get.
have to be
boom.
You have to be willing to go right. Everybody knows. Everybody in the
Dude, were you
HYBA
there?
knows.
Were you there?
You're
Connor goes right.
I go right. What are you talking?
Connor
You
has- I
gotta
always said
lock
this
in.
about
Connor has
me.
a
I gotta
right
lock
hand.
in the
It's-
Suns'
when I said
future.
kid for the first time, I'm gonna go left every time. And then when they figure it out, they're like, "Oh, he's a lefty." Boom, right. Like you hate on my ambidextrous more than anyone else I've ever met.
He's
I
got a
can
good
go
elbow.
right.
He's got a good elbow.
I could go
too,
right.
You know,
Okay.
He shoots.
I can't
you
shoot. I can't shoot.
You shoot
right.
right-handed,
Yeah,
though,
I
right?
do.
Yeah, he shoots
I mean, I
right-handed.
guess I don't know. My shot's broke, but like.
You know, typical of weightlifters.
Yeah,
Shots just broke.
For real.
That was good.
That was yeah.
That was
yeah.
well
No,
done.
it's facts,
Well
though.
done, Co.
I'm still waiting for my Lordy label.
I'm trying to think about it. I was gonna go up on a limb about the HYBA thing. I was gonna ask like, how's it going? 'Cause I haven't heard.
No,
a lot.
my team's actually pretty solid. The Suns are the
Yeah.
best. Like, all right, Suns is
Suns
just
are-
broken.
Suns is a
Like
clear-
they
yeah.
literally
Suns is a
have
clear
three
favorite.
bars. Like
Yeah.
could have been or like at some point Hersey Bass like
Who?
Nam, Stearns, Casey. I'm missing one. There's another one.
Athletes.
Casey.
Who's the other? Oh, and then Allen's just an athlete.
Casey.
They have
Casey.
Isn't-
Siemens.
Huh? Or not Casey.
Cosley.
Cosley. Sorry. And
He can
then
stroke it.
Michael.
Yeah,
isn't Michael
yeah, he
Siemens
can.
on the team?
Michael Stevens. That's just like vertical.
big
That's
man
a
right
walking
there.
vertical.
You're not gonna like.
lot
get
of
in the post
rebounds,
on
and
him.
then they had a prospect kid who plays baseball, and he was solid too. Him and Jeremy were very similar. They just good defender. So like they're well balanced. However, something
players adjust.
I do want to talk about. I actually destroyed Evan like the entire night, and it was horrible. Evan had blood.
Oh.
My knees are cut, dude. Like these refs were letting it. It was like
Yeah, those refs were
it
letting
was
everything
physical.
go.
Like kids were
in,
clobbering each
It
other.
was nuts.
In my shout-outs, I
These
want to
kids get
mention
ugly.
Orange Crush last night. I thought did a nice job. I also want to discuss some of the jerseys I saw.
Oh,
Obviously-
please mention mine.
I'm going
Please.
to.
It's the best jersey you'll ever see in your life.
High desperation.
No. Like you don't
Okay.
understand how much I love that jersey.
What was the jersey?
Are you looking up? Are you looking up a warning
I'm
label?
looking up examples of warning labels.
I think he's disqualified.
Am I not allowed to?
Zach Ott's Brewers jersey gets number 1.
Wow, that's number one. Okay.
All right, that's a
Did I
biased
see
take.
you have a Padres jersey?
Did you see who's on the back?
No.
Johnny Manziel.
I don't know, Padres.
So this is something people obviously are just not educated about. Johnny Manziel was the 4th pick in the MLB draft
Oh.
I had
to
no
the
idea.
Padres. And that
Interesting.
jersey, and he said
Johnny
no.
Manziel played baseball?
He was amazing, and he said, "Nah, I'm good." And he played football.
It's like Kyler Murray was drafted.
yes,
basically.
and
Yeah,
and
kinda.
I just
Patrick Mahomes.
I think Johnny Manziel is. I can't use hero because the dude's a mess up, but like I love that dude. Like he's
For
one
a
of my
little bit there.
favorite-
It's a great name.
He is
You
one of
thought he
my
was gonna be
favorite
crazy.
people on the face. Like that dude is hysterical, and I'm unfortunate. It's unfortunate that his football career didn't work out because I loved watching that dude do things he shouldn't have been doing. But
Yeah.
like it was
His
cut
college
through
career is
Alabama.
legendary.
like-
Yeah.
and-
He's won the Heisman.
yeah,
5'10".
yeah, and he just like ran around the backfield and just like threw it as far as he could, and like he would just like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
he'll
remember
always
that.
be
Yeah,
like.
it's just like-
You
he'd
could
be
always like debate him as one of the best
Yeah,
college
yeah.
players of all
and
time.
like if he would have panned out in the NFL, I think he'd probably be my favorite quarterback to this day.
Did you ever
just 'cause,
watch his like XFL games or whatever?
Yeah,
like
it was-
play like.
I can't watch that stuff though. It's just
Yeah, I
fake.
know.
It's-
Guy made NIL before NIL was a thing.
Yeah.
He did. One of the
Got him in a
pioneers.
lot of
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah, true. A lot-
Anyways, warning label.
I w-
Warning.
Now that you've had a Google search to clarify.
I did not. I put my phone away. I did not search it up. So it should still count. I feel like I don't know. Maybe like
I'm trying to think for you.
intense. Something with an intensity. So,
Okay.
'cause
Beware of
sometimes-
intensity.
Yeah.
Mhm.
think I
Sometimes, to a fault, I can be a very intensive person, and some people do not like that, and have told me that they're afraid of me. So,
That's good. Sometimes that
Yeah,
happens.
it's good to be
so
self-aware.
probably
Yeah.
intensity,
Yeah, self-aware. Look at you.
Mhm.
Self-awareness, self-regulation.
self-actualizing.
Self-actualizing, self-awareness, self-regulation. Someone had their ears perked up in the assembly yesterday.
Oh, I'm not gonna say it.
Zoning.
I'm not gonna mention it.
Zoning.
Yeah, it was a
No,
great. It was a
no
great.
need-
No,
no
it was
need.
great.
Yeah, great
I
assembly.
actually last night I asked Mr. Norris when he's doing his, and he said he would not be. So that's
Doing his
unfortunate.
what?
Unfortunate.
His assembly. I was just like hoping he'd hop
His
in on the trend.
rowdy, like
Yeah, I just
rah-rah
feel like Mr.
assembly.
Norris could also add. To
I
that.
thought the whole school was supposed to like fit in the bleachers. I thought that was like.
Since when do we not? Like freshman year, everyone fit.
I mean,
Wow. Yeah. So it's rough out here. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Like I thought there was like a whole plan. Like they had
Yeah.
these elaborate spreadsheets of
do.
where
also,
everyone
like
sits.
2002.
Didn't
like,
even.
wow, we
it
have
wasn't
more
even
kids.
close.
shout out Mr. Murphy for getting us in the right spot.
Yeah. Shout out Mr. Gunther. I don't-
Second period accounting.
Shout out Mrs. Miss Fontanetta.
Yeah.
Miss-
Yeah.
Miss.
Ms.
Right. Yeah.
Miss.
MS period.
Yes.
MISS.
Your shout outs. I think you said you had a couple more.
Yeah. Shout out.
Yeah, I'm struggling with the shout outs.
Wisconsin Badgers obviously lost to Illinois, but still in the hunt. Love me some Badger basketball.
At least Northwestern's like decent this year.
Okay.
They're better than Iowa, honestly. Like Northwestern's honestly better than Iowa. Iowa's so bad, and Indiana still lost. But like,
Yeah, shout out. I think Orange Crush. Shout out the parents and everybody who made the Pekin trip. Such a memorable experience for all of us. I was telling, somebody asked me about Pekin. Like these kids might as well be in Vegas, man. They have a blast. Like they got the little swimming in the pool.
Blast.
Got a steak dinner. Went to Agatucci's. Got some pizza one night. Like, I really love that trip. I love it how it brings us together as a team and gives us some time to bond and connect.
We also got pity wings too.
Pity wings.
Yeah. One night after we lost to Mount Carmel, they're coaches and like had a bunch of leftover wings. Gave us their wings.
I didn't even know this. I didn't even
And
know
the
this.
team didn't finish like 4 boxes of wings, and so we sent Slick Rick to go ask him for their wings because we were all hungry in the lobby. And they're like,
God.
"Yeah, but you have to clean up the table after us." And we're like, "Yeah, it's fine."
you
Okay.
didn't even know about that.
I didn't
Yeah.
either.
Fun
You know.
fact. Pity wings. They're
I
delicious.
like that as a term. But had some good times on the bus and some real coming together moments and some awesome challenges. So shout out the parents for allowing that to happen. Really good stuff.
And Connor.
I have a shout out?
You have a shout out. How long is this gonna take?
Starts with an L and ends with a Y.
Nah. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Shout out Lily Hainish. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Is there any others?
Nah, I think we're
there's
good now.
there's no in depth there. It's just
No.
It,
Shout out. I think I had another one. Yeah. I don't know.
behind every good man is a woman.
Oh.
Martha
Do you have a
Washington.
shout out?
do I shout out Alice Fontanetta?
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
What we're
Alright.
doing here?
Shout out.
All right.
Don't-
Yeah, that's it for
don't act
episode
like it's-
5.
don't act
Thank
like
you.
it's so forced.
Thank you everyone for watching. If you got to this point, and as always from me and Cohen, thank you.
Thank you guys.